The Neumann TLM-103 is a cardioid condenser microphone, often described as the dream microphone by many artists. The external body of the microphone contains three parts: the grille, the body, and the port. The grille is where the sound waves pass through to reach the diaphragm inside the microphone, and unlike in most dynamic mics, does not contain a foam lining, meaning that a pop filter or similar piece of equipment needs to be used to prevent the microphone from sounding breathy. The body of the microphone contains the internal components, which we'll look at later. The port, which is usually on the bottom of the microphone, is usually a male XLR connector, which allows it to be plugged into a wide variety of products, such as an amp, physical condenser, or an audio interface. You will also notice that the XLR connector has a long threaded body, which allows it to screw into a stand, as this microphone cannot be handheld. An XLR connector has three pins: the ground, the positive, and the negative. Due to the very fragile and sound-sensitive designs of condenser microphones, they're normally only used in studio or sound-treated settings and are always, when being recorded, held on a stand. The high-quality, high SPL and other desirable features of the Neumann TLM-103 make it the go-to microphone for thousands of popular artists, such as Billie Eilish, Tyler the Creator, Pharrell Williams, and the list goes on. To connect the microphone to an audio interface or similar device, you need an appropriate length XLR cable. You then need to plug the XLR cable into the port of the microphone, being sure that it clicks in. This means that the XLR cable is locked into the microphone and is secure. To then connect the microphone to the audio interface, take the other end of the XLR cable and plug it into one of the input ports on the audio interface. This may, but will not always click into place, depending on the audio interface and cable being used. Due to the design of the diaphragm inside condenser microphones, they need to be provided with positive 48 volts or phantom power. This is provided through an XLR cable and injected usually by the audio interface, or in some cases a line injector. The input from the microphone can then be recorded into a DAW or digital audio workspace using the input from the audio interface as, once again, extremely professionally demonstrated here.
Hello.
And are always, when being recorded, held on a stand.
Hello.
Condenser microphones feature in a lot more complicated construction than dynamic mics, and are therefore a lot more expensive, which is why we won't be taking one apart. When the grille is removed from the body of the microphone, you'll find the actual microphone inside, with this being the diaphragm. Hopefully this simple diagram can help you understand how the microphone works. Effectively, the word condenser means capacitor, which is an electronic component which stores energy in the form of an electrostatic field. A capacitor has two plates with a voltage between them, hence the need for the previously mentioned phantom power. In the condenser mic, one of these plates is made of a very light material and acts as a diaphragm which vibrates when struck by sound waves, which changes the distance between the two plates and therefore changing the capacitance, which is the ability to store an electric charge. Specifically, when the plates are closer together, capacitance increases and a charge current occurs. When the plates are further apart, capacitance decreases and a discharge current occurs. This electric charge then travels along the XLR cable to be interpreted by the device at the other end, for example, an audio interface.